Today, I am so excited to be using the new Melt Cosmetics collaboration with Bailey Sarian. This is the Fatally Yours palette. Here is the color Story. I love it. It's a grungy girls, grungy persons, grungy witch's dream. I love that it's all mattes. I have a lot of shimmers in my collection and I can just choose what I'd want to pair with it if I want to add a shimmer, but to me, grungy tones are best when they are matte. So I am so here for this. I love the color Story. So much of it goes well together. Anyway, I'm borrowing this from my mom. I haven't broken my no-buy yet, but I may have to purchase this myself because I'm already obsessed. I've used it once, so we'll see how it goes today. I'm going to do a different look, but I did do a video already on my channel with my mom, Angels on Broomsticks, if you want to check that out after this. But yeah, my thoughts are to lean in today to this side of the palette, especially these two shades here. Something kind of dark red, burgundy, to match with the lipstick that I'm also borrowing. And this is the shade Hemlock, which is like this dark red. Also, the embossing on the side is really cool. It's this plaid, I guess. Yeah. Which is really pretty. Anyway, yeah, I think this is the kind of look. It's going to be very monochrome vibes, the sort of similar tones on the eyes, lips, cheeks, which is always a go-to of mine if I'm doing a heavier makeup look. And yeah, I think this is kind of like, as well, it's the holiday season right now, so this could be like a darker, grungier take on a holiday look because it's going to be leaning into the red tones. So anyway, I'm going to start with blush just to lay that down. I already have my full base on. If anybody is interested in my base routine, I may do a video on that soon because I usually skip it because it's kind of long when I'm doing this kind of look, but let me know in the comments down below. Anyway, I'm going to be using Patrick Ta She's Baked as the blush because it's got that sort of warm red tone to it. I considered doing the blush after, but I do prefer to have it on while I'm doing the eyeshadow. So yeah, anyway, I'm so excited because Melt Cosmetics is one of my favorite brands, but lately I haven't been so excited the past couple years with what they've released. There was the smaller palettes like the elemental ones or the zodiac ones like air, fire, earth, water. Those were cute, but I don't know, not so much for me. And then they had that Tim Burton Halloween Town collab, which was like very vivid purples and stuff. And again, not for me. I'm glad they're leaning back into the grungy tones with this collab. So anyway, excited. I'm going to lay down a transition shade first. Honestly, as much as I want to lean into this shade here, Arsenic, I think I'm going to have to go with Cyanide to switch up what I did in my other video. And these are all named after poisons. There's a lipstick called Nutmeg. So I learned that nutmeg can be poisonous. Be careful with your eggnog partaking. So just with a fluffy brush, laying down this transition shade. The reason I also love a palette, a color Story like this is because I find when you lean into these sort of muted shades like this, the look can really translate more approachably than when you're wearing like very vivid, intense shades. I prefer things to have that muted nature to them. You want to do this with a fluffy brush because it is a darker shade at the end of the day. It does have good pigment to it, so the fluffy brush is going to help you to diffuse that. Next, I'm going to lean into the orangey reds with the shade Thallium. Thallium, I don't know what that is. Sounds elemental to me, like mercury. And this is going to be laid down in the outer edges here. So My eyes are slightly hooded in that there's some creasing here. So when I'm getting a color in there, I will like raise my eyelid to like wedge it in and then relax it to diffuse it. So this is going on the whole outer half of the lid. I'll go back and forth between this brush and then the brush from before. Now I love Bailey Sarian, but I do miss the days when she used to be doing tutorials and just get ready with me, because as many of you know probably, Bailey does the murder mystery and makeup, and I don't know, I tried to get into true crime, but it became a bit much. I think it's kind of too intense for me. So I do miss the days of Bailey just doing some regular makeup tutorials, but go her, go her. Now I'm gonna deepen it up with the shade Sarin. It's a very dark purpley red, and use a bit more of a precise brush. This is the kind of shade that is quite dark, so there is always a risk of fallout with any formula, and I already have my base on, so when I go into it, I'm going to tap it off as much as I can and use more of a patting motion to prevent fallout. So I'm making a bit of a wing-ish shape, patting this in. Now the thing about melt formula is these dark tones can get so rich, so dark, but it is like one of those catch-22s where you may have a bit more trouble diffusing and building, so you have to approach the formula in a specific way. I'm going back into that red thallium to diffuse a bit. I'm going to take another brush that's a bit smaller to drag a bit more of the shape closer in, like this. And with a small angled brush, I'm just wedging the color in right up close to the lash line. So you see how this has a little bit of structure to it? I'm going to do that. Same thing on the other side. This color story is perfect for fall makeup. I'm surprised they didn't release it in the autumn. I love doing fall makeup year round. Not that makeup has to be defined by the seasons, but you know what I mean. Because this eyeshadow look is still kind of structured, I have to go back and forth and make sure they're matching up. It's also the kind of eyeshadow look like when you're doing a wing and you just want to like hunch into yourself and be like, trying my best to keep it visible. So here's the main look, but this is where I'm stuck in that I'm on the fence about including this blue somehow, because I think it goes so nicely with that burgundy, orangey red thallium. This blue is called kerosene. There's something about that combo of shades I find really beautiful. I guess it's like the autumn sky with the leaves or something, but like I love a blue with a brownie moment. Anyway, like I'm like, oh, do I put it here? Then is that going to make the rest of the look muddy? Or like, what if I put it on the lower lash line? Is that going to ruin the vibe? I don't know. I guess my safest bet would be to try it on the lower lash line, because I'm always wary of adding too much dark shadow on the center of my lid, especially if I'm going out in the world the rest of the day. I find it makes the look a lot more intense. I think I'll try it subtly on the lower lash line. That is my go-to if I want to add like a second different color, is to put it on the lower lash line. So we shall see. It would also look really cool to just like extend this on the lower lash line as well. I'm going to start it really subtly, and if I don't like it, I'll wipe it off. So going in with that blue kerosene. Do I like it? No, I do not like it. I'm going to take it off. It's giving 1980s. Not today. You know what I do want to try for another look though is to do this mostly on the lid and then brown on the edges. Anyway, I'm going to wipe this off and do something else on the lower lash line. Okay, I mostly wiped it off. I'm going to cover it anyway. Instead, I'm going to go in with Arsenic on the lower lash line, all over the lower lash line. Like this. Kind of lower too. You know, if you like squint your eye and you can see that eye bag. Then I'm going to take a little bit of Sarin, the dark purple burgundy, just a little bit, and extend sort of what's happening here to here. I'm only going like halfway. Okay, I feel very ready for lashes, so I'm going to do that off camera and return to finish it off with the lips. Here's the look with lashes, and I took off the gloss I had on earlier that I was using to prep my lips and moisturize them, and going in with this beautiful shade, but I'm going to line first with Rare Beauty Gifted. Hopefully it's a good enough match. We shall see. This might be a little bit more purple. And this is the shade, again, Hemlock. Did that lip not bring the whole look together? Am I right? So beautiful. Wow. It's like super dark and vampy, but I like that it has a bit of warmth to it. Sometimes these dark sort of burgundy shades will lean more into the purple, but I like that this leans into the red tone similar to this shade, to the shade Thallium a little bit. It's like a combo. It's the perfect combo between these two shades. So yes, this is the finished look. It's definitely dark, moody, fall makeup vibes in winter. But yeah, this palette is definitely made for that. I haven't yet delved into this side as much right here. So I think it would be cool to use that blue on the eyes, but then pair it with this lip. See what I'm getting at? That would be pretty. Anyway, yeah, I'm loving this palette. I think it's perfect for anybody who likes the melt formula, likes mattes, and likes grungy tones. It's a really lovely color season going on here, and you know, a lot of these shades just blend together really well. Really, the only one that's a bit of an outlier is this blue, but that's why you can then create a blue makeup look. Yeah, anyway, here's how my avatar is dressed today. I say that because I had a funny thought when I was doing my hair today. I'm reading the book, Ready Player One. I really like it. But the concept is that the world is so fucked that people basically live in this virtual world and they live through their avatars. And, you know, like any video game, I don't play video games, but you know how you dress up your avatar and everything. And then I had a thought when I was doing my hair. I was like, we are essentially avatars because we are these spirit beings or whatever we are in these little skins that we get to customize. So anyway, I just had that kind of meta funny thought because we are kind of in a video game. Anyway, that's what's on my mind these days, just thinking about that. And, you know, who knows, maybe this is all a simulation, but have fun. All that to say, have fun with makeup. It washes off. Try out a grungy look like this. You may just find that it's going to put you in a good mood like it did for me today. And yeah, that's it for today. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Leave a comment down below if you've tried out this palette, your thoughts on Melt or this color story. I'd love to know. And stay witchy, stay bitchy. Have a good week. Bye, witches.